Hello, hello. I'm back with another one of these. Yeah, let's just get right into this. And start just talking about the ship. Alright, alright, first things first. My pre-position on the ship, of like where I put my crew initially, is a little bit different compared to, most of the time. I'll actually just put one on a husk, one of the husks on O2, which isn't normal. Usually don't do this, but the reason is that you always Cyber Priest this, so you don't need your crew anywhere else in this O2. It's pretty out of the way, and can become an issue in early encounters, so I like putting the husk here, because you're never getting this destroyed. And nothing else really needs repairs urgently. So may as well put it on O2. Anyways, that aside, what does the ship actually have going for it? And actually, so it's pretty interesting. It's got some good things, really good things going for it, actually. Then it also has some pretty, like, bad disadvantages. And they're pretty evident. Okay, beam's coming from the top, so we do this. So, let's just talk about the advantages first, why not? It has two things, I guess three if you want to count the Cyber Priest. But it really has two things going for it. I'm going to cast this here to get rid of the Force Shield. Now, the first advantage, I would say, is the armament. The armament on the ship is very strong. Just starting with V1 in of itself is just very nice, and the fact that you get two bolt cannons makes it even better. Bolt cannon is a pretty good weapon, in my opinion. It's a short cooldown weapon that you can use to consistently interrupt systems, and also to like suppress them, because the cooldown is so short. You can often get a shot in before they repair the system, unless if it's like NGs or something. They're repairing it. And the other advantage of the ship that you start with is more of a compensation for the fact that you, well, don't have shields, is that you have Barrier Relay. And Barrier Relay is a pretty good module, if only just because it can help you resist beams a little bit some portion of the time, and also just absorbing the occasional missile template is also pretty nice. I did a pretty poor beam there. I should have gone for the 3-room because it would have just killed them. But yeah. Ooh, another counter. And it's pretty much the same thing as well. Go for the 3-room this time, do 4 damage. Yeah. Because then I do 4 damage again and it kills them. Alright. Now with those two things I mentioned, with the advantages, this thing does have a pretty noticeable flaw, and I'm sure you already noticed it. It's the fact that, well, I even mentioned it, you don't have shields. And this can cause some issues, but surprisingly few early on. The only issue that you really face early on is the fact that you're taking hull chip constantly. Like, there's not much you can really do about this, and this fight's gonna hurt a lot. Also, brief mention on an aside on the commander. I just kind of want to see if I could get boarding with, like, Cyber Priest, maybe 2 husks, do Embolden, and see how that works, but it probably won't be 2 husks Cyber Priest, unless if I get Heavy Translocator. Alright. I'm gonna put both of the bolt cannons in Siege Beam. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them both here. And look at that. The shield actually might have done something there, I think. Yeah, because... So you can see the beams right here. Now, I don't think it did anything because it hit right before, and already took the damage for this room, but hey, it did resist it. Probably didn't actually do anything, but it does show off what it can do. Alright. Yeah, just kill this guy real quick. And that's... So, like, early on, I'll go back to what I was saying early on, where, like, you just don't have that many issues early on with, like, killing stuff. I'm gonna take the storm there. Because, like, once you Cyber Priest weapons, there's nothing that important that they can really damage, and as long as your armaments can hit them, which is, early on, is pretty much guaranteed outside of evasion, you can usually kill enemies like, at least eventually. So it's not terrible. Alright, I'm gonna get the Herald here for a little bit of boarding and claiming chests, because I did go for a Paladin when the ship you want a teleport commander on. And it's actually pretty important on the ship to get a teleport commander, because you can be put in a situation where you're like fighting level 3 shields in Sector 3 or something, or you just need boarding to delay their armaments a bit, because you don't want to take some hull chip that you otherwise really can't resist consistently. So, boarding is important on this ship for the fact that you do want it to preserve your hull, because you can't avoid the chip until you get shields. Alright. Oh, another thing about the ship, you do get Engine 3, so you do get some of the gold events with Engine 3, and some of them are decent. Like, this could have been a lot better with Claymore, I just got an unlucky template. Some of the engine ones are good, some of them aren't. Look at that, got Herald of Ruin, and I get a crate immediately. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna recall. I don't really care about recalling and teleporting Herald of Ruin, because Aether Stride has a 10-second cooldown. I don't have to care. Probably gonna do the same thing, but now I have Embolden. Alright, vent this. And then what I'm gonna do is just claim like that. Storm 3, I'm going to sell that for a buttload of scrap. Alright. Now, you may have already noticed, but I'll mention it. You do have a 1x2 weapons system. So, you do have to be mindful to that. Like, if weapons does get damaged, your repair rate on it is actually pretty poor. But usually that shouldn't happen. The Cyber Priest really just heavily compensates for it, because you don't really need to worry about weapons if it's never going to get damaged. Although there is always a brief window that it can. While this thing has a 20-second cooldown and a 20-second duration, it does have the 1-second cast time. And that can mean, like, sometimes the Cyber Priest shield isn't on there. That's ignoring the fact that you can also just forget to cast it immediately off cooldown, and then there will be like a couple seconds, maybe a second or two, of where it's not active. But as long as it's normally on there, so you shouldn't have problems with shields. Sorry, weapons getting disabled. Yep, there's the beam getting resisted. Not a damaging beam, so not as useful, but still nice. Always O2. The O2 husk is paying off in the sense that it is getting damaged, just keeps getting a fire. It's just emboldened here. Get the repair speed. Don't want to be here forever. I don't really need Embolden for, like, actual boarding, so I'm not too concerned about, like, pre-casting Embolden prior to every jump. Alright, got shields here, that's good. I like putting the Cyber Priest on shields once it is done on the ship. Yep, alright, and let's do something like this. Yeah, I want to put something else indoors because I don't like that husk position, but it should be fine for now. Sell the Disruptor Missile. It's not a great template, even if you are using it. I'd prefer Gladius. I'll take one antidote for Necrobarge later on, if I do get it. Don't need the repair drones. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. This ship does just start with consumables. So you get an extra like 18 scrap from the repair drones that it starts with, which is pretty good if you need it, or you can just use it for hull repair. Which, more often than not, I don't, because you don't want to use them. You really want to sell them most of the time. Let's do this. Nice. Okay. The thing that's scary here is Rift Bomb, but even so, I can potentially resist Rift Bomb with the Force Shields, which is nice. Alright, Carnage. Carnage is a little tempting if I get Imperial Battle Arc. Because then Carnage is actually really good into Imperial Battle Arc. I think I will go Carnage. The Husk isn't that appealing to me when I already have 5. Like, getting another Husk just is like, okay, I get more tool slots. That's great. But, I really don't need that. Definitely going Machine Shrine. It's a great shrine. And, yep. Another armament crate. That is very uncommon. It's uncommon to see 1 in a run. Seeing 2 is kind of insane. Still not a great armament, but hey, 15 scrap is 15 scrap. I'm pretty sure it's 15 scrap. Alright, 2 damage. Yep. Alright. Alright, definitely want to Cyber Priest that. Oh, actually, I don't really care. They're not doing too much damage to me anyway. Alright, let's go like this. Get some 3 damage down. And hopefully I can fire off before they repair. No, it's 2 Cyber Priests, so this is like one of the cases where it just won't happen. Nice. Not like they can really do much to me anyway. Machine Shrine. Machine Shrine rewards can be pretty good in of themselves. Which is part of the reason why I do like going to these. Like, that's a pretty decent reward. I can put this on you and you can... Because he's at a low HP stat, the immune to suffocation to just make him better into demonics is somewhat impactful. I wouldn't really say as much on like something like a Gorgothian Legionnaire. But like, with 40 HP it's pretty noticeable. Not taking the suffocation chip, because with having a low base HP, it means that you really want to preserve as much HP as you can, because you don't heal a lot per jump. I'm going to go to the Shaman. I have that Rejuvenate I bought earlier for healing, partly because of the Herald of Ruin. Yeah, it's just Embolden. Just help myself with anti-boarding. It's probably more than 1. Yeah. Oh, it's not. Let's do this. Took 2 damage into O2, which sucks, but hey, we have a Husk repositioned there. Yeah, Carnage is doing some decent work at delaying the repairs by just killing a bunch. I will need to be careful on Carnage if I get Necrophage. That can cause issues. Alright. The Sorcerer is probably good here because the double slot fires pretty good, and then Rejuvenate can be just slapped on top. Yeah. Definitely gonna go for that. So now I have healing on a boarding crew member. That isn't my commander, but does get 5 DPS due to Embolden. So now what I need to find is I need to find myself some more boarding. Like Launch Ray would be pretty good, so I could board the Cyber Priest and Paladin, and then launch the other guy over through a Etheric Gate. Like launch these 2 through a Launch Ray and then just teleport him. Alright, let's put the Sorcerer over here. And let's put a Fireball on shields, I guess. Alright. They're firing at the same time, but I do have to dodge the Ion because the Graviton missed. I guess I'll put this guy in weapons. It's not too many places I can put him that's too impactful right now, at least. Alright, you just outright died. That's just gonna hit. Oh, it didn't hit the mini shield. That's actually pretty good for me. Let's put a fire in weapons. Maybe we can bait a few off. I'm gonna let that hit. Yeah, okay, we baited a fair few off shields. At least for a little bit. And this should kill? Yeah. Was relying on the bolt cannon to hit, but if it didn't hit, I'd just beam them on the second round and it would have been good. Alright, Machine Priest. Blood Priest. Hello. That's actually a nice find. It helps deal with the Herald of Ruin doing damage, which is something I'm struggling with right now. I don't have a lot of DPS. Like, 5 is fine, but with 40 HP it's a bit low. Now, I do have 60 HP now, though. Okay. Siege Armor is pretty good on Herald of Ruin, because the cooldown on the Aether Stride is so short. You don't really care about your move speed, because you can kind of just move with the teleport most of the time, because it's so quick on the cooldown. Though not always. Going systems here. Do want some more systems. It's a really good module. But I don't want to do Seeker Missile Run this run, so I'll do Terror. A little bit of a note is that outside of like one system up here, so you can like take this XX crew and weapons bay that you oftentimes want to put here anyways for repair speed, if it does get damage. You can put like one more system over here so they at least have something else to repair if it gets damaged. But a lot of the forward rooms are pretty low quality in my opinion. Like, it's really hard to get there when most of your stuff is usually going to be here-ish that you want to repair. Like, shields is already here because of the 2x2. And then you can put something here, here, and maybe here. Although I like putting casters in this room. But you can also put casters here and here, so it's not that bad. Generally here, though. Well, caster for this. You only want to usually just have one caster per room. Because if you have multiple casters in one room, getting multiple interrupted at the same time sucks a lot. Alright. Aether Stride. Okay. And I got Flame Lance. It's actually a really nice find. I think I'm just gonna recall, right? Deploy infiltrators here with U4, I guess. I'll just put this out normally. And then I'm gonna Aether Stride this one and then claim this one normally. Okay, yeah. Let's fire the armament, so I may resist that. Oh, it's so close to getting the resistance from the missile template. Alright. Let's use Flame Lance right now. I don't really have the power to use anything else, so may as well equip it. Wow, that is a very, like, so weapons hit center, and the fact that it barely doesn't cover center with that is a little annoying. Yeah. Looks like we're going Imperial Battle Arc. Exclusion's not that great, and Shrine Worlds is pretty great, so yeah, definitely going there. Infernal. There's a chest, that's pretty good. Hull Reaper level 3, are you kidding me? That is a high level Hull Reaper. Yeah, alright, let's just Blood Curse this. Yeah, and then go up here, and then hopefully you can kill the Bloat Mite in here. I should probably stun that. Alright, now that this is level 2, I'm not as concerned. And then I can just Aether Stride this guy back. That's gonna hurt. It wasn't that bad. And bop bop. And that should kill. I didn't really need to use Flame Lance that time. Although I forgot to do my Cyber Priest. Power Axe, that's tempting. The scrap isn't that good, so I think I'll take it and put it on you. Power Axe, I do like Power Axe. I think it's a good weapon. It's 3 DPS in medium rooms, 2 DPS outright, just like pretty good in it. Like, I won't say it's pretty good, it's pretty decent. Combat shield, I'll use that later on, like Paladin or Cyber Priest if it comes to it. But I don't need to equip it right now, I'd rather have repair drones. I should have emboldened prior on the last jump. There's gotta be a lot of casters here. Alright, I'm gonna use the Thrall to interrupt. Got a kill. Alright, let's see. Let's put 2 bolt cannons into their weapon. The missile bay, sorry. And then we can beam that. I don't really care about my HP too much. Please kill. Oh no. I'm not going to teleport directly into missile bay because he's just going to keep running around if I go in there. So Thrall got him, which is good. I'll just let them take the poison. Well, not you. I can just embolden after and also heal. Alright. I need to be more on the ball with my Cyber Priest. Like, I may as well cast it into something in the case that it may do it there. Who knows? Stun isn't useful here, so. Because of the, scribes. Alright, so let's Flame Lance first to break shields up a little bit. And then recall. Yeah, we should be good here. Put a fire down here. I'll bait them. And maybe I can get a stun? I don't think so, though. That will kill them, though. Carnage going crazy. Well, I just blew them up anyway, but... Alright. That is a long sector, and also not many bots in line with it. I might still go for it. Kind of depends, though. I would need to go systems right now if I wanted to, because then I could rely on Carnage for the Mania bot. Well, it's a bit of an awkward scenario, because it's level 3 shields, and the only way I can break it is Flame Lance Double Bolt, unless if I use the Storm, in which case I would use no Flame Lance. Or I could use Storm, Bolt Cannon, Flame Lance, and sell one of the Bolt Cannons, which I really don't want to do. So it's like, do I go systems right now to like try to get more beams to capitalize that, or go for Shaman and try to get boarding? Well, more boarding, that is. I don't really have good equipment, but I have Emboldened, so it's like, it's fine, because I can get 5 DPS, 7 DPS, 5 DPS, 5 DPS, and that's pretty respectable. With Rejuvenate as well? Yeah, if I could... Well, I could get boarding as well from systems. I need to consider... I need to remember that. So, definitely going systems. Prisoner is pretty appealing. This could be really good. Let's go weapons here. It's 2 weak crew members I can get thralls from. So, that's good. Let's... put this. I should have emboldened first, but I forgot. Tear that. Power Axe is getting pretty good value. Let's just recall. Nope, I didn't recall, but hold on. Let's get 1 kill and then leave. Hound's gonna actually do something. I like how I'm Cyber Priesting when it doesn't matter. You know what? Just die. Necromancer, that's... okay. I don't really need help against possessed ships. so it's kind of just mid. I mean, another crew member's another crew member at the end of the day, so it's not that bad. Hey, launch bay and missile bay. Definitely getting missile bay, that's for sure. I'll put it here, and then rift bomb. I'll have enough for launch bay anyway, so it's fine. And I don't need med bay, so do I get launch bay? Oh, dark matter prism and fusions. Shipyard? Shipyard. Yeah, I'm good. I can just get my repair from shipyards. So, do I get launch bay? I should. But where would I put it? Here? Or here? I don't want to put it here because I want to actually put a system there. Or I could put a system here and then put a necromancer there. Either or. I like this one a bit more because of the immediate vent, but who knows. Both are pretty decent rooms. Alright, launch bay I'm definitely gonna get. I've decided... So either, I don't really need bed bay, so putting it there is perfectly fine. And then what I do is I put these two here, and then put this husk on piloting. And Rift Bomb's gonna help me a lot. I'm not gonna sell the Storm, I may use it. I may use Playmats, I may use Storm, I may use the Bullet Cannon. I don't know what I'm going to do for the boss fight yet, and I don't need to choose right now, because I don't really need the scrap, so I'm going to just hold on that. Because there could be a development that completely changes how that's going to operate, and then like I want to do something completely different, right? Alright, let's recall. Rejuvenate. I don't really need Cyber Priest, so we're good. Okay. Alright, I did pause the recording briefly. I had to do something. Sorry about that. You'll notice a bit of a change in the audio there, but alright. Drain strength or repair drones? Probably drain strength. I don't really need repair drones. I can always replace the fireball. Go for shipyard. Alright, I can get the hull repaired. Yeah. Because Fireball, while it is good, the fact that I have Flame Lance now means, you know, I have 2 fire setters, and I'm probably not, I'm probably going to use the Flame Lance in the end. But, like, for the boss fight and whatnot, it might not be immediate, but I'm probably eventually going to use it. Let's Flame Lance that, just so I get 2 kills, like, almost immediately. And then recall, rejuvenate, and I don't need Cyber Priest right now, so I'll hold on it. Alright, I'll Cyber Priest now. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's not like it's gonna get used though. Okay, let's Terror Shields, because that's the one I care about. No one's in there. Now someone's in there, because I have fire in there. Blood Curse. Alright, well, that's pretty good. I keep forgetting to use Embolden. I'm not used to having it. I don't play Paladin that often. Alright, let's do both of the things that I've been continuously just not doing. Mostly because it just usually doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright. Get both of these guys. Yeah, you can put out both of those. Husk will struggle a little bit, but it'll be fine. Let's Terror and the Rejuvenate here. I'll benefit from it. Alright, then recall. Alright. 2 shots. Bonk bonk. And we're good. Yeah, they should be dead really quickly. Probably through the fire and engines, if I had to guess. Ah, not quite. Seek blessings, get a power sword. That's a pretty good find. You know, plus 2 DPS is always good. Ah, quest node. Pretty good position for it too. You know, I might follow the quest node in if there's a second part to that instead of the mini boss, because that combined with the like say the mini boss, sorry, the quest node is like it's lower and it's not towards the mini boss. I'm perfectly happy going for that because it means that I'm going to be going to a shop instead, which, you know, is pretty good, and the fact that I'm getting scrapped still means it'll be perfectly fine to go for. Alright. Maybe I'll get a crew kill here? Yeah, okay. Go for Ion Storm. Maybe I do a solo board on you for a while. Well, not a solo board, but like solo into the launch bay, and then I can teleport you over. I'm gonna let the fire do some damage to them. Oh, that was really nice. Got the mini shield right in the correct spot. Power Axe or Chaos Engine? Both are good. This is just like nice solid additional DPS I can put on the Sorcerer. But this is like 4-man boarding with tool slot. No launch bay needed. I'll go for Chaos Engine because I can put this on Cyber Priest. Because it's also going to be good anti-boarding if I just like, you know, lean into my launch bay a bit more. And if I don't, then I can always just use the Chaos Engine. So I think I'll be quite nice. They're both pretty good, so just using it purely for anti-boarding will be enough. Interesting damage shift. I'm in a bit of an awkward position because I didn't pre-move my guy. Yeah, I'm going to stun this. Okay. Okay, they have full hull, so I don't need to worry about that. And then Blood Curse this. And they should die really quickly. Yeah. Oh. Hello. I was not expecting that. Die. And a bunch of these guys are gonna die as well. But yeah, Sorcerer's gonna stay here this time. And then I'll keep the Huskin in there. Yeah, they died really quickly. Fleshling reagents. Those are pretty good. I'll just put this on you. Yeah. And I will condense this. And then... Antidote? No, I need to save that. I'll do repair drones. That'll be fun. Yeah, quest nodes here. All of them are good. So this is probably the best quest node because at least gives me a choice between these two. Well, best quest mode might... I don't know. This forces me to miss a shot. I do want to do Imperial Battle Arc because I'm pretty sure I can take it and it would be an interesting fight. but this is just a better reward path. I could do Imperial Battle Arc just for the challenge. The love of the game. Yeah, I kinda wanna do it. You teleport there. Break down the door. And then we can blood curse this. I'll remove that thrall and make it my own. I actually got two because I killed both of the crew in that room. Two of the crew in the room, the ritualist as well. Yep. And then all we have to do is kill this thrall. Please kill it. Thank you. Alright, how do I want to upgrade my ship for Imperial Battle Arc if I'm going to go for it? Because I can still just choose this, and it's a good route. Oh, but Battle Arc would be so fun. Well, it wouldn't be fun. I just want to test and see what I can do. I do want level 2 shields, and then I want... I'll get 2 power for it. What else do I want? Kind of want to upgrade my boarding sport. Yeah, I'll go Imperial Battle Arc just for the thrill of the game. Alright, let's board like this. Should have done that. Alright, recall. Why are you there? And then these guys are gonna get killed by Carnage. 2 shields helps a lot there. Battle Arc doesn't have a beam, I don't think. So barrier relay isn't as useful as it could be, but it's still useful. Please? Thank you. I just fired that early, hoping one bolt cannon would hit anyway. And it didn't, so I had to rely on the B1 cooldown. He died, but then bolt cannon shot the ship. There's no extra reward to killing them with crew killing, so that's why you never really see that happen, if I haven't said that before. I'm gonna go NG. I might need the repair speed for Battle Arc. Purify is definitely better overall though, but I'm a bit worried about this fight. Alright. Well, you have the least HP, but you're also, like, you don't have a slot that I can improve your HP on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Drain Strength. Because I can rely on the fire from Flame Lance. I did want to upgrade it, but I can't. And I didn't, well, I could have sold that for scrap, but I don't. I did not. And I do want to use it, so I'm kind of fine with not doing it like that. I could put DMP fusions on stuff like this. Yeah. Alright, you're here and you're here. I kind of want it like this. And then I do something like that. Yeah, and Battle Arc does not have doors, so I don't need to worry about that. I'll put NG over here for now, just for the manning bonus. Now I do need to be mindful that there is a... what do you call it? A mine bolt on their ship. I want to man this. Hold on, I'll do this. Because I'm trying to put my crew in a decent position to just, you know, dodge the mine bolt. I want this pound to move out. Because I want to pass the husk over here. So, could you move, please? Thank you. Alright, that's good positioning. Alright, embolden. Oh, I also don't need Purify because I have embolden. Well, I still want it because embolden is a 2-use, but I don't need it as much. Alright, well, it's probably as good as it's gonna get. Alright. I do get a crew from this, which is nice. I need to kill the scribe, so my boarding support actually works. And I can't blood curse until I do that, and drain strength. Alright. Chaos engine. You pass down. Ooh, that is perfect passing for me. Okay, I got it. Where's this coming from? Top? It's gonna get interrupted, so I should probably drain strength here. That's my first boarding support. Nope, it got eaten by that. You're not even in the shield, what do you mean? Okay, well, interrupt that real quick, and then stun. I won't be able to... I forgot to pass you out. And you had my... I specifically did it, so I have to fall into that issue, but I still did. Wow, okay. Well, losing Dark Matter Prisms isn't great. It's actually pretty bad. And that one came from there. Wow, I am just messing this up royally. Yeah, I'm just gonna recall. And then what? Rejuve? I used on Paladin. Do I wait for my boarding support to come off cooldown? I might want to. You don't have fire resist for some reason, Paladin. Yeah, I think I want to wait for my boarding support to go off. I messed my initial boarding up really badly. Although I will be doing good crew damage over time. Yeah, it's gonna get absorbed. That's pretty good. I could put a flame lance here and let my boarding cover the fire. So I'm a little scared of doing that, and I'm also not weak to fire as much. Alright, let's go over. Interrupt that, which is really good. Alright, and then we terror. Is there fire in there? Yep, there is. Alright, I think I'm going to put a fire there. That was actually pretty good timing for the interruption. I got a mine bolt in there, that's really bad. But it's not too bad. I'll drain when there's something really good in here that I need to drain, like that. Centurion. I'm gonna recall when I see it to be necessary. Alright, let's go like this. Yeah, I'm gonna recall, and then I'm gonna go to a 2x2. Although, hold on, interrupt that first. I'm gonna move you to here. Yeah, I just need to micro, right? Alright, we got it. You move out. I could use one. I don't really want to, though. You're still there, though. So I want to reboard. And then, because you're in that room, I can blood curse you. Yeah, he's gonna die. Okay, that's good. Put 2 rounds here, and then... Actually gonna do a beam here, because it's a lot for me. Now, thankfully, Carnage doesn't work against me. It would be really bad if it did. I want to claim this, if I can. I got an engineer, that is... For what that crate was, it's pretty bad. I would have preferred to get something, more juicy from that. But hey, what do preferences mean? I get what I get and I shouldn't throw a fit. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna recall, because I can always reboard and then get better positions, because I don't want to path them out. I'd rather just have some already close to the room. And then we can kill these. Bent. You can go back on piloting. You can go up there. My positions are kind of all out of whack. But hey. Battle Arc worked, even though I made massive mistakes. Carnage did help a lot. Just to do some chip. The chip did matter. Alright, there we go. Storm 2 is pretty tempting. Oh, right, this gives +2 DPS in fire rooms. I forgot about that. And I do have a way of setting fire. Yeah. That is pretty good for me, but I think Storm 2 is better. I could do Storm 2, Storm 1. Get like a decent armament, yeah. Storm 2 is just better right now, so... And then I can go Flame Lance for now. Storm 2 is better than 2 bolt cannons. You know, 3 shots better than 2. I can do basic maths. Okay. Oh, it did not get there quick enough. It should be fine though. Alright, you go here, you go here. probably gonna regret missing those Dark Matter Prisms from the boss fight. Alright, this could be a good sector. Because I can get myself a War Knight or something. Like a Berserker would still be pretty good because I have decent boarding support. Shaman I don't think is that good. Do I have any spells left? I don't. Yeah. Because I already used them both on this guy. I do want 2 more borders. Whoa. I was not counting on that. But I will take advantage of that to the fullest. Alright, Hound's gonna go crazy in that room. Ah, Hound died. Bad. Just wanted to get that little shield up. It's pretty clear that I'm probably not gonna board kill. Oh, I was trying to get that guy in there before the Pearl died. I can just kill him anyways, it's fine. Let's rejuvenate here. Yep. And then move on. I can sell a Storm one and go for a Bolt Cannon instead. That is also something I could do. Actually, I could do that right now. That might be better than my current setup. Actually, it probably is better. Let's launch bay here. Nice, resisted it. I'm going to recall, so I'm just gonna outright kill them. Alright. Shop time. It's pretty good. Huh, there's the Etheric Gate. I could put Etheric Gate on you, and it would actually just be a straight upgrade. I would miss out on Launch Bay, though. I seem to always get these. Like, even when I'm just playing the game, like, not making a video, I just tend to get group boarding in some way or another. I mean, to be fair, I'd consider Chaos Engine group boarding, but I tend to get HT or Etheric Gate most of the time, and I don't know why. Anyway, get Conqueror Havoc was originally what I was thinking about doing, but I could do Havoc and Etheric Gate instead. Conk is really good though. If I could get all 3, I would get all 3, but I don't think I can. Well, could I? I could sell both of these and just operate on a Bolt Cannon. Yeah, I could do that. Now I have 3 different boarding methods. Alright, because you're boarding always, then I need you, you, and you. Alright. And I keep forgetting to use my Embolden, because I'm just not used to having it. I just haven't been using it, have I? I could go for the Power Hammer. It's like a decent weapon, and I could just slot it onto Conqueror. Yeah, I think I'll do it. It's pretty cheap, and if I end up not using it, it's fine. I could use it on anti-boarding on Blood Priest, and have like other crew distract it, and then Blood Priest has good enough DPS I might be able to kill it before fodder dies, or I can just stun it on my own ship. Yeah, let's defend this time. Now, this should be pretty much a cakewalk with my boarding. Strange strength here. Alright. Ideally, I would have emboldened on my ship, but I forgot to do it initially. I'll Rift Bomb, I have enough munitions, I don't really care. Let's do this. And then wait for a third gate. Alright, there we go. Stun. Try to get evasion. Took 1 damage because I forgot the Cyber Priest. Maybe I should board with Cyber Priest instead so I can rejuvenate on my their ship without having to risk that. I'll just kill them normally. And I have level 202 so I can get this back. I'll just take the chip, I don't really care. That's a lot of scrap. Not gonna use antimatter. Antimatter is really not that great, in my opinion. Like, it's a funny template. Haha, I can do 8 damage in 1 shot, which is kind of insane. But the cooldown is so long and the projectile speed is so slow, it's a little annoying to use. It's also still, like, not great hull DPS. And it's an absurdly high munition cost at 4. I should have had emboldened. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's pre-embolden this time and use Cyber Priest when it won't matter. Well, not pre-embolden, but rather embolden before I go over. Let's, yeah, go here. My Conqueror has the Power Axe, so that's good. Hold on, who has Havoc? You do, so you should go there. Because now they get a bunch of DPS in this room. Yeah, 10 and 10. Alright, that's a pretty weak demonic chip. Well, it's actually probably on par for the course for a sector. Hey, there's that NG on their ship. Hello. That's just a little crew bug. It'll happen occasionally when the previous encounter had them as the little guy in the window on the dialogue text menu, if I remember how that works correctly. Oh no, emboldened. Yeah, we should be good. Just should kill them. Unless if I just completely miss my beam swipe. Alright, not going for antidotes, I already have one. Get the hull repair, it's pretty cheap. Well, actually, it's free. Though the opportunity cost is still, like, it's still cheaper to go here scrap-wise. For a 10 hull. Because 10 hull is 30 scrap in shops. And there's a decent chance I don't get more than 30 scrap in a shop right now, so. These two have the plus 10, so I'm not too worried about them. I'm gonna focus a lot of support here after the stun here, just to preserve HP. I also should have emboldened. Yeah, it's just, I'm gonna recall, just to heal. I'm gonna bolt cannon and beam, not Fireless Storm though. I'll do 2 room. I missed my timing so badly. I might be able to crew kill with that. Aww. We'll die. Alright, there we go. I got 19 scrap, yeah. So this is pretty good and an economic choice for just the hull repair, instead of getting it from shops directly. Alright. Shield charger is a pretty good find. Graviton's also a pretty good find. I will put it here, just to give engines guy something to repair outside of engines. Demonic Lance is funny, but I won't use it. I don't really like Demonic Lance. Hey, Terminus did get the price buff. Forgot about that. I won't get it. Actually, don't I have fleshlings? Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'll get rid of you. So I still have the Hound if you get rid of the module. And Terminus could be really funny if I use the fleshlings, so... It's not that it's, like, good. Well, it is kind of good. But it's more that it's... more so for the funny rather than for the actual utility, because the 50 scrap for that isn't really worth it just for the boss. You don't really need it. Thrall, stop passing. I want someone else there. And Embolden, Drain. Alright, and then I can heal. That is a scavenger. I'll put one bolt cannon in the siege beam. It's being annoying. And I'll kill you with the beam. Demand to know what's going on. Little corpse in space. I like that event. I just like the little talking corpse. Alright. Lots of Death Knights. And boarding event on me. Alright, well. What crew do we have for me? Borg. Okay, well. I don't need you. I'll use you for this event. I horribly mistimed that. I'll Graviton because the Graviton doesn't really affect my... Oh, but it will affect my Borg, will it? I don't want the Borg on the ship, but I do want everyone else on the ship, so I'll just recall Borg with the launch bay. And then you go here. And then you go here. Then you go back. And I'll move you out. There we go. Very good slave crate, but I don't want Borg. Because I don't need him. It makes me feel makes me feel like the run's a little cheesy with him. That said then. Bye. Alright. Let's go Stargate and go to Sector 5. Alright, I was gonna actually use my Cyber Priest for one. The game really doesn't want me to use my Cyber Priest. Yeah. Graviton's gonna do a lot of work here. Probably don't eat all terror. I probably don't need to, but Drain Strength can follow up if I really need to follow up. Thralls are doing a fair bit of work. Oh, Thralls are actually doing really good on Terminus, aren't they? I didn't even consider that. Happy little accident. I really didn't think that would be noticeable, but it was. So that's good. Definitely use Havoc instead of Power Sword. Havoc is just better than Power Sword. You get the same amount of DPS, but you get plus +2 against plus 100 HP plus. But you know, Servo Excavator is now right at the edge of that. So these are the least tanky crew members when it comes to ones that you can actually utilize that on. I don't want to lose my Hound. I really don't want to lose my Hound, but I might lose my Hound. That's a little sad. Well, I can force path the Hound out. Go out. Alright, Cyber Priest will tank. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna let the Cyber Priest tank for the Hound, so he doesn't die. Wrong button. And bonk. And then we can maybe get this guy distracted. Nope. Hound. Okay, I thought he was going back into the room for some reason, even though I had room passing there, crew passing there already. All right, there we go. Siege armor. Guess I could put it on. I guess I could put it on you. Because you already have it, and you can't use it. Like, I would want to put it on Sorcerer if I could, but I can't. It's like, do I want to use Cyber Priest for boarding instead of Sorcerer? But like, I have the weapons, so I would prefer the DPS. Most of the time, when you have boarding support, DPS is just better than HP. Oh, you stunned me, I'm gonna stun you. Alright, range strength. Let's Terminus here. Brawls won't matter too much, because they're kind of already dead anyway. Wait, hold on, I can just beam and kill them. Not used to having Carnage. Carnage is definitely not some... Well, I mean, Explorator C starts with it, and most of the time Carnage isn't a good module. Mainly because it's not really worth it, but because I got it for free, I think it's doing some decent value. I actually should probably consider it more. It's been pretty good in this run. I'm just worried about Necrophage with it usually, where you can't really target rooms with crew in it anymore because you don't want to kill the crew. And the same thing can happen with the boss, where the boss, you don't want to kill all the crew, so... let's Cyber Priest this, so the fire doesn't do anything. Terminus will just kill them. Or they'll just recall. Okay. No Hound. I'm gonna rejuvenate the Hound. Alright, and then more damage onto shields. There's a lot of incendiary missiles coming in. I mean, they do have 2 missile bays. Are they all pathing here? They are. Let's just put this out normally. Alright. And moving on. No Prospine this sector. Oh, sorry, no Prospine this run. Prospine Jewel sector. Which is a little sad. I was kind of looking forward to it. Another barrier relay. As much as this is kind of nice that, like, hey, 2 barrier relays is actually pretty good. I have shield charger, so I don't need compensation for Doom Engine, and I kind of want to see how these 2 modules, like, turn out later on. So I don't want to go for it. I could go all my power into Macro Devastator, which is pretty funny. I don't use Macro... Once again, I don't use Macro Devastator, like, almost at all. So maybe just using it for once would be neat. Do I have a system slot? I shouldn't. Yeah, no. I'll go Shaman? Oh, but I missed out on Mercenary Broker, so probably not. I'm gonna go here for equipment. Hate Matrix. I'm seeing all the powerful modules this run. Huh. And just Ripper Fist. That would have been good if I'm not using the third gate. Huh. Well. Let's use Macro Devastator. It's probably gonna do like absolutely nothing, but hey, maybe I'll do something. B1's probably gonna get a lot more valuable than Macro. Level 8 Weapons Bay. It's so rare, but I have so much scrap. Doesn't really matter. Such a waste. Hold on. I can just drain strength this. Yeah, I got the Centurion. Hold on. I should have done this. Recall and, I don't know, beam. Die. Die to my Carnage. I'll say Carnage is pretty convenient to just finish off the remaining crew that I don't want to do with my crew. But it, yeah, kind of what it's really good for. Although, it is, so, with Imperial Battle Arc, it is traditionally pretty good into it, because Battle Arc is, like, one of those ships where, at Sector 3, if you're doing, like, an average Torment 12 run, there's a good chance that you're just not able to crew kill it. So having Carnage essentially gives you the ability to crew kill it, and the fact that crew killing it actually does end the fight means it is useful. Whereas, normally it isn't, because crew killing will just result in a bad thing. Oh, I didn't even get the husk there. Damn. Can I macro? I can't. They have too many shield level. I can bullet cannon. I can kill both of the husks with macro. That is probably the most useless way I've ever seen Macro Devastator used. To use Carnage on crew members. Oh, that's funny. Alright, attack the Imperial. Let's try to get shields here. Maybe I'll be able to do a lot of damage. Yeah, definitely blood cursing there. And then I'm going to drain strength this, so I can actually fight this. Still not going to be a good fight, but it'll be a fight. And then you two can go. You can go back to your room. Same with you, and you. And you can cast that. Oh, they have Fusillade too, don't they? Thankfully, Macro Devastator will shoot slightly before it. So now they'll just get absolutely obliterated. At least it's good at that. When you usually, like with normal encounters, if you get the Fire Macro Devastator, they're just dead. Which is nice. It means that you're kind of playing to this 30-second timing. It's just so expensive that I wouldn't recommend going for it. Because without alternate sources of hull damage, you won't get the timing, because a lot of these later enemy fights don't get instantly killed by it. Though pretty close still. Like 13 hulls. Alright, let's rejuvenate on their ship because I can. Alright, Terminus is going to go absolutely ham on this guy. I can't really recall. Well, I can, like this. How about you stop living? Alright, there we go. Got the enemy ship. Alrighty. Let's put this on you so you get suffocation immunity. Could be nice. Alright, what are we gonna get here? Hex Priest is really good. Another Etheric Gate, wow. I don't need that. Rawwalk. Such a useless spell. You can't even use it on enemy thralls. It's really dumb. Or at least the last time I used it, you couldn't. But I doubt the devs messed with one of the worst spells, and well, they haven't buffed Rawwalk. That much I know for sure. Though they should probably buff it because it is literally a useless spell as of current. Because like, why would you use Thrallwalk? Like, you would have to... The only use case I could see for it is you summon a Thrall on their ship, and then use that to board a single person. That just seems, like, so convoluted for such a small payoff. It doesn't look... It just doesn't look worth it to me. No, Hound, please don't. Please don't die. I need you for absolutely nothing, but it would be nice if you lived. Work together. I got nothing. Alright. Board, and then kill. Literally everything. I'm not gonna Blood Curse, because I don't want Thralls to be in a bad position. And then, like, they distract the crew. Although, I'll Blood Curse the last crew member. Can you, like, just run out of the room and die already? I'm just stalling your death. Thank you, Mr. Death Mage, for walking out of the room to do what was going to happen anyway. Alright. Where are we going? Do I really need anything? Oh, okay, it's player. I don't need anything. I don't really... Yeah, it's kind of, the run's kind of over, and it's been over for about a sector. Like, I have everything I need right now anyways. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, didn't even do anything no way. Alright, Macro Devastator, do your job. Kill them. Nice. There's not much really commentary that I can do. Run's just kind of past the point where there's many meaningful decisions. I'll get the repair here. I don't really care about the shipyard. I'll just get a tusk from it or something. I could go for fiends. It's probably not a good idea because the fleshlings with Terminus could accidentally crew kill, but like I could also just use fleshlings to do sabotage damage, so it's fine. Alright, go to the shipyard, take up a husk. Yeah, no, this launch bay, I didn't use it much, but if I didn't get group boarding, it would have been good for just coverage, so I'm happy with getting it. Even though it ended up not being, like, the best purchase. Considering what I have now. Well. I'm gonna shield charger here. Oh, well, they just died. Alright, move on. Alright, nothing here, move on. Board into weapons and just crew kill. Yep. Recall, rejuvenate, reboard. Not really much else to do. Oh, they just died to fire. Neat. Alright. I'll do duo boarding this time. I don't want to bother my crew members. Oh, they just purified. I'll do the damage from Blood Curse. I won't get the thralls, but it's fine. Do you have Suffocation Immunity? You do. Okay. Fire, fire, shoot beam, then Macro Devastator. And then rejuvenates. And then we're good. I could launch by the Husk with Legions over. Do I really need to spend the scrap? Not really. So let's just not spend the scrap. Make it a little bit harder. I'll wait for Embolden. Alright. Let's use this immediately. If this is the fight to use it on, then it would be the boss fight, but it was also Flare, so... I'm gonna Drain Strength this, just so it doesn't cast it. It's a little bit of a waste, but... Alright, go here. And because I have 2 Havocs, I already have this disabled. So now oh, I don't have any siege systems, do I? This is level 3, right? Yeah, okay, so I can do this pretty safely. I'll do the on the Ion. Because I can shield charger that. Recall. I'm gonna not hit their sensors. I do want it enabled. I don't really want to do that because of O2. So I'll do something like this. Yeah. Alright, phase change. And then I can reboard. Hound is probably going to die if I don't do anything. So I'll use a Bloat Mite for anti-boarding. Let's put some fiends on my ship as well. I probably shouldn't. Because I don't want to get in a situation. Also, I'm gonna do damage to shields through their immunity because I have 2 Havocs. Hound, please don't. Thank you. No. No! He really just wanted to get himself killed. 07. Died doing what he loved. Being a dumbass and getting himself killed. Yeah, look, shield is disabled. That's great. And I don't need Graviton, so I'm fine with that getting disabled. I will send this to do something about it, though. Shield charger. Poop, pep, and... Oh, I thought my macro was up, but it's not because it is so... long. Alright, we got it. I'm gonna recall. Just to not accidentally get myself, killed on their ship. And I'll rejuvenate, why not? And Rift Bomb, I've been a little delayed on that. Bolt Cannon, Beam. Should I finish with the Macro Devastator? I could. Yeah, I think I'll try doing it. Alright, goodbye. Oh, hold on. I want to put it here just in case. Yeah, okay. I'll still get the kill. Neat. Well, that was a fun run. I guess. What's the scrap? Yeah, really good. On the higher end of the average. Well, yeah. That was the run. See ya.